Who else constantly buys stuff online just to have something to look forward to? I do this too, but I'm pretty manic most days. It is comforting in a weird way to open packages though. It's like a present to yourself. I've been in an expensive cycle of buying so many things I couldn't remember the things that were arriving. So it was like Christmas every day lol. Person shrugging. I send myself gifts because who else will? I do this but with books. I love books and have a seemingly infinite book to buy list. So I buy one a week online and spend too much time looking forward to its arrival and refreshing the tracking page if there is one. One thing I have to be careful about is impulse buying when I'm stressed.
That's why I have the max one book a week rule now.
You know, I think it's because of the dopamine thing. Like, apparently what we feel when we feel accomplishment is dopamine.
Like,
a sense of completion. Like, finishing things. And that kind of thing happens with making transactions. Purchases. Completing a maths problem. Acquiring something new. It's incidental, but probably why things like shopping can get so addictive. Especially when that's legit how they're presented to us in current culture. Purchases as accomplishments. Possessions as self-worth. I say probably because my memory is shit. And I don't know if my dopamine explanation is exactly right. Tears of joy, feel free to correct me. I'd love to know. Plus, you know, hoarding is an obsessive-compulsive trait, and maybe an unhealthy form of coping. I'm not presuming to say you have a disorder.
But the strategies that work for those who have OCD work the same way for neurotypical people.
After all, disorders are a matter of degree, not kind smiling face. I had an old roommate who worked out of country for a month at a time on an oil rig. He ordered shit off eBay every day. When he got home he would pick up 40 to 50 packages from the post office and start opening them on the
drive home.
His truck was always a mess of packing peanuts, cardboard and padded envelopes. By the time I moved out he owned over $25,000 worth of designer jeans and just fucking heaps of other shit he never used. Guilty of this? The folks over at the anti-consumption sub would be choking on their own rage right about now. This is called compulsive buying, my dude. You might want to keep this in check if you don't want to end up with massive financial issues. Also, how do you deal with the cluttering of your living space? A guy like you should aim for a minimalistic lifestyle in order to keep everything under control. Also, try wanking right before you're thinking about buying something. Post-nut clarity may help you. I am definitely guilty of this too. When I lived in the US, and customs was overlooked or free on items from China, I would buy smaller, cheap items from Chinese wholesale sites almost every day. I rationalized that I really wasn't spending that much, and I got to feel like I was opening little presents all the time. I eventually collected too much stuff,
but since I purchased them so cheap,
I was able to resell most things for a higher price and make a profit. It probably fueled my bad habit more, but at least I was having fun and not going broke. Anticipation is half the pleasure, and that's so true. This really became a problem for me with the pandemic. I had to delete my apps. I was constantly scrolling. That's a bad habit to have. Be careful. I don't get more of what I already have, but a cool design gets me every time. For example, last week I had 6 shirts delivered to me from 6 different places.
They all rock.
And that kinda soured things between me and the mailman. You could say I have enough shirts already, but the prints on them were very unique and so I went on a bender. But yeah, I kinda miss out if I don't have something delivered to me. Hope it won't turn into a problem. People speak about this on the shopping addiction subreddit. You should check it out. This is, sadly, me. I buy cheap stuff online just so I can look forward to unboxing something new. I'm trying to break the cycle by having some slightly more expensive hobbies that require me to save more. Ironic, I know, so that I won't be tempted to nickel and dime myself to death and keep piling up needless stuff in storage. Try to get out of this habit as early as possible.
A lot of people.
I saw the problem and stopped it. My siblings do it constantly because they don't understand the difference between want and need. It's also the reason they're buried in debt they have no chance of ever getting out of. The things you own end up owning you. Me! Exclamation mark. Man raising hand, man raising hand, man raising hand. Right now I'm buying books and records. AliExpress has free shipping for a lot of items. They're shipped super slow, so the anticipation lasts a while. And there's a ton of fun, inexpensive stuff so you don't overspend. I've been like this since 2018, where I really spiraled into a depressive state after a breakup. I discovered online shopping and the joys it gave me. The daily scrolling through Shopee and Lazada, spending half of my weekly allowance for random shit I don't really need. Considering I only have 1,000 pesos each week to budget for food, cigarettes, laundry and transpo, I was addicted to the high of waiting for my package, opening my present, and reveling in the feeling that I got this thing just because it was advertised so beautifully and I am in desperate need of something that would help me feel better about myself. Come the weekend, I would barely have 100 pesos to spend for food, lol. I got worse during the lockdown.
I'm currently unemployed and I'd ask my mom and dad for some spending money.
100 pesos each week. And hoard those 400 pesos each end of the month so I could spend it on useless things like water bottles and clothes I'd never really wear. This sucks. I wish I still have friends I could spend time, socially distanced, of course, with just so I can justify asking for spending money. Wow, this got so sad, ha 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 ha.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.